Hey, what is up, everybody? This is your boy AJ Tripp, and welcome to the Game According to Me, the podcast. Thank you guys so much for being patient. Once again, this is being a little bit later than it should be. Not as late as last month, but still a little bit later. Couple reasons. One, forgot, as always. I'm a very forgetful Nelly. But the main reason is I had surgery on my neck. Most of you who follow me on like YouTube and Twitch and everything like that, you guys know that I had surgery 2 weeks ago on my neck. That's why you may be thinking, well, his voice sounds a little bit different. Yeah, it is. The voice still has not gone back to its normal way, and it may never go back to being normal the way it sounded like it did in the past. But it's a lot better than it was, when I first got out. When I first got out, I really sounded like some type of cartoon character. I really did. So, but yeah, I just want to thank you guys so much for bearing with me. So, and then I had a Sunday. Like I said, Sunday I forgot. Yesterday I had a follow-up appointment because of the 2 weeks. So a follow-up appointment. So then and then I get sidetracked with that, and I got and we had some difficulties getting there and things like that. So, but yes, we are all good now. We are all ready, willing, and able to do this podcast, and we're gonna talk about some things this week. This is WrestleMania week, maybe the biggest week of them all, without question. So, even though with this coming, with my thing, I'm gonna try to get back into the groove of things. So, this week, That's a Shoot is returning to my YouTube channel. I will be doing the predictions for NXT TakeOver and WrestleMania, so make sure you guys go over to YouTube if you are not listening to this on YouTube, and subscribe and click the notification bell. You don't want to miss that. I should get that out Friday. And then, of course, there will not be a live reaction to NXT TakeOver. I am doing something, and I will have some. I'm not gonna say unfortunate because it's not unfortunate, but I will be doing some other things. So that weekend, so you can make sure to go ahead and check out That's a Shoot. What I probably would do is That's a Shoot. I probably would do like a special episode of That's a Shoot, perhaps for Monday, and I'll have it up Monday, and then I'll do like a review show of NXT TakeOver. And then of course there will be definitely a live rapid reaction to WrestleMania 35 Sunday. So you, again, make sure to go over to YouTube, AJ Tripp, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and click the notification bell, because you're not gonna want to miss out on my thoughts about WrestleMania. But that said, though, we did have a WWE pay-per-view. We had the FASTLANE this month in March, and I think one of the things that I think we figured out with this year is that they really need to get rid of the pay-per-view. It'd be great to get rid of two of them. It really would be. I think they really do need to get rid of the pay-per-view for in between Royal Rumble and WrestleMania. I've been saying for years now that they really need to cut the pay-per-views in half. They do 12, one a month. Although now with this Saudi Arabia deal, they may do even more. And then they had that thing in Australia. So it was like actually, and then Evolution. So I think last year there were the 12 for each each month. Then uh, um, there was the two Saudi Arabia's Crown Jewel and the Greatest Royal Rumble. We had Super Showdown, and then we had Evolution. So that was 16 pay-per-views in 2018. I don't know how many they're planning on doing in 2019, but 12 is kind of too much. They really need to cut it in half to do 6, maybe at the very most do 8. But I really do think that they really need to stop the pay-per-views. Just if we're on the road to WrestleMania, just do do something. And I said this before, bring back like a Saturday night's main event or something like that, and have it on the network on a Saturday night, like at the end of February or the beginning of March. Something like that, so that if you want to do like kind of have it do like a big show or something like that, you can do that, but no more pay-per-views. I would even say that even if you did a pay-per-view, maybe just do one pay-per-view, but no, don't do 2. It makes no sense. It really doesn't. It makes no sense at all, and it just convolutes a whole lot of stuff that doesn't need to be convoluted. It really does. But anyway, we had the FASTLANE pay-per-view. Again, my review of it is up on my YouTube channel. Make sure you want to go and see it, where I give out the match ratings. But I just thought it's just a way for them to try to get to Kofi Kingston getting to the WWE Championship match, and I don't know. I kind of thought it was blah. The way they, is at some point, it's one way to have Kofi Kingston, like, not have Kofi Kingston be a part of the match, or something like that, and to kind of screw Kofi Kingston. But the way they just kept doing it, it just at some point it just got too much. So I'm finally glad that they're doing they finally did it last week, where they had the New Day win it for Kofi Kingston, and then and then I guess they're gonna do a contract signing tonight. So hopefully, finally, Kofi Kingston is just going to get the match, and there's gonna be no crazy things, no jumping through hoops that he's gonna have to do. He'll just have the match. And speaking of that, let's finally end this once and for all, guys. Okay, Kofi Kingston will not be the first black WWE champion. It is The Rock. Okay, it is The Rock. Okay, I don't care what The Rock calls himself, or anything like that. He's half black and he's half Samoan, right? And if Barack Obama, who's half black and half white, can be the first black president, then The Rock is the first black WWE champion. Okay, let's stop with this. Okay, let's stop it. It'd be great to see Kofi with the title. He would not be the first black WWE champion. He would not be. And that's the reason why they haven't said it on television. They haven't said it on television because guess what? He's not. So everybody quit it with that. Let's transition quickly to basketball. Basketball is flying down the line here. We've got it's coming down to the final days and the last few games, and the Lakers are not in the playoffs. Wow, that's the reason. So you can't believe it, right? The so-called greatest of all time, the self-proclaimed greatest of all time, couldn't get the Lakers to the playoffs. Ooh, that's got to suck. And let's face it, y'all. I mean, that's really. I'm kind of being like really sarcastic there and things like that. But I mean, really, let's do this. In all fairness, LeBron James was hurt. He was hurt. Missed a lot of games. They've got a lot of young talent that hasn't stepped up yet. In particular, Lonzo Ball. He's just, you could almost see Lonzo Ball being because his 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 father put so much talked so much about him and gave him so much like thing that you can almost see that this was going to be he was not going to be you know what he is right now, and it isn't. I guess you could say he still's got a lot of time. He still can become a pretty good player, but it doesn't look good right now. He has some injuries and there's a lot of other stuff that's going on around him where right now he's left the big baller brand. So and there are rumors that his other kids are not talking too much to LeVar Ball. So this could just be really just this could really be just a family, more or less, not less, three kids whose basketball dreams may not, come to the realization that they wanted, but more importantly, this may be, something where the family could be torn apart, and that's a shame. And that's a shame. It really is. But anyway, to talk about other ones real quick, we got some MVP conversations right between James Harden and we've got Giannis Antetokounmpo. I'm gonna lean towards more of Giannis because I think even though what James Harden has done this season is good, I don't know. I kind of think that Giannis, the Milwaukee Bucks, having the best record in the East and everything like that, and it's just kind of been it's kind of been his year. I would kind of be more part of more part of that than what James Harden has done, and I kind of feel this is just me. I don't. I kind of just feel that I understand James Harden was doing anything he could to keep the Houston Rockets in the playoff picture and everything like that while Chris Paul was hurt and everything like that. But there's a part of me that this is almost I kind of do get the feeling that this is kind of like the Russell Westbrook thing, where Russell Westbrook almost feels like that doing the triple double, averaging the triple double, a couple of years ago was amazing, but the last couple of years it's almost been selfish, and I kind of feel like this was James Harden. This was maybe this was just him trying to get his team to play off, but it also kind of felt like this was selfish too. Like, oh, Chris Paul, I got a chance now to score a lot of points. So that's what this kind of feels like with James Harden. So I kind of think, that's why I would go with Giannis for MVP. Well, listen, it's too early to talk about the Major League Baseball. It's been really too early, but some crazy things. Paul Goldschmidt in St. Louis and Christian Yelich in Milwaukee are starting off hot. So yeah, we've got some things going on. March Madness also is going on. Duke is gone. We're gonna have the finals this weekend. So we'll talk more about baseball and more about March Madness next month. But as for right now, for this month, this podcast has come to an end. I want to thank y'all once again for dealing with my voice. This may be my voice for the rest of my time, but it hopefully is not. I hope I will be back and talking regular. So I want to thank you guys so much for participating with this. I want to thank you guys so much for allowing this to be a couple of days late. I appreciate it. I will see you guys next month. WrestleMania, Major League Baseball, NBA playoffs, so much more. Thank you.